Hey everybody, welcome back. In this video I want to go over my countertops. I want to go over how I made my countertops. I'm going to do some cutting on my countertops. I have already gotten through some of the work, actually a lot of the work on my countertops already. Obviously I've made them, I've mitered the corners here, I've cut them all up to size. As you can see by this, I've started to template the opening for the sink. I found the center of this cabinet here. So this cabinet ends right there. This cabinet here, I found the center of that, and I also found the center of this whole countertop itself. That's what you could faintly see here with these cross lines. Then I lined up the template on there with these. It has some lines on there already that'll correspond with these lines here. So I got it on there, then I cut out the sink part itself, just with a little blade. Use an extremely sharp blade. Because I have so much urethane on this one, my pencil didn't mark too much as I was trying to go around here. So my first scary cut was this miter over here. I mitered this one last time I was out here, and the way I did it was essentially I took this countertop, butted it up to the corner up there, found this mark right there, transcribed it onto this countertop here, transferred the mark all the way to the top, took it straight to the corner there and cut it. Now, when I was cutting, I cut with a my DeWalt battery operated saw. I know this is not a saw, but I'm just saying my DeWalt one. And I used just a straight edge on it. I started cutting, but the blade wobbled just a little bit and started cutting into this. I have a Craig track that you can put down. It's not a track saw, but it's just a guide. I also changed out the saw for a corded saw. So my recommendations, if you're gonna do this, use a corded saw and use some kind of extremely stable track. I think the battery saw just doesn't have enough power on it to make the cut, and I mean, it was just the blade was just trying to go over. Maybe it's something with my saw itself, I don't know. I don't do this all the time, so to do it right the first time, I guess I would just use a corded saw. Anyway, what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna go ahead and get this set up outside, get it ready to cut, and I'll have you join me while we cut again. All right. Here's the other side of the countertops, and then this is the small part. I left these outside last night. I urethaned them kind of early in the evening, let them stay out here to dry. All right, so I'm gonna explain my process of how I built these countertops. What I did is I bought 2x6x10s. I went ahead and cut them all so they're perfectly squared, no rounded corners on them. I just took off about 1/8 or so of an inch, maybe a little bit more on either side of it. And then I ended up cutting them into approximately 2-inch pieces. So essentially I almost had 2x2s. Took those, cut them all up, and then I glued them together. This was the first countertop I made. This was the second one that I made. Some differences, of course. So I'll share them with you so you understand where my mistakes are. My planer will cut 12.5 inches, so roughly 12 inches. I put 6 of them together, glued them up, and run through the planer, make them nice and smooth. After I did those two, then I had to put a couple pieces in the middle. So I glued up a couple pieces, I reclamped it again, and that was my blank countertop. The problem I ran into with this one was actually cups just a little bit. Right in here is the low spot. And that comes from me clamping it. As you clamp and pull on each side, you kind of pull it up a little bit, but it's there. So I learned that, and hey, live and learn. So these came out better. These are my second ones. Same way, take about 6 of them, glue them up, plane them, 6 of them, plane them, and then put these 2 in the middle. Also, a thing I did with this one was I used a palm sander. After these 2 pieces are in, you do have some uneven surface between the 2 pieces. From this one to the middle to this one, a little uneven, so you gotta smooth it out. So I used a palm sander for that. But with a palm sander, you tend to favor the high spots, which then you make them too low because you sand it all the way. So I went and got a belt sander. That works way better. So I highly recommend getting a belt sander for this, especially if you're new. And it bridges gaps, you know? So I spent a very long time sanding. Then I went back over it, and anywhere there was, so like these are actually gaps right here. Right now they're not anymore.
but I just basically took some wood glue with a little bit of sawdust, piled it in there, put that all out through all the little divots and stuff. I did this one too, but it was on the edge, so it kind of came out. But little spots right in here where there's little imperfections, little holes, I just take some sawdust and glue and put them in there. And then after it dries, sand it all over again. And then start urethane it. I don't know about what is the best thing to put on top of these things. I'm urethaning it. I'm not gonna do, it's not an everyday kitchen, it's an office. But I'm not gonna be preparing food on this thing every day. I don't know if it's food safe or not. I did a Google search on it. It said yes, you know, hey, Google's right for everything, correct? So whatever, we'll find out. With this one, just the wood is, I think, so much nicer. There's so much more character in this wood than there is in this one here. Though I still like it. I'm not liking this one, but this one came out far better. So you clamp these edges here, right? So you can get this piece, and the center all put together after they're all glued. But what I did is I actually put a piece of wood up here and down here, and I clamped it. I did that on both ends to keep it flat, and it made a big difference. So this is much straighter than that edge over there. You barely can see these little gaps here like you can here. I really like these countertops. I really, really, really do. I think they're really cool. I want to do a lot more with this kind of stuff. Now, to get going with the cutting, I am quite terrified of this. Geese are coming. Hey, Goosey! What are y'all doing? Hey, Goose! This might be the new mascot of the farm. Hi, guys and gals, whatever you are. See, I'm learning how to talk turkey and goose. Let's get going here. They're just gonna hang out and poop on the sidewalk up here, on the porch, whatever you want to call it. And then I have this guy, I don't know if you can see him. He's right here. He doesn't leave my side either. He's always in my way. I mean, by my side. The problem with this is my sink has round corners. I don't know how I'm gonna do this just yet. I thought about taking a big hole saw, which is probably what I'm gonna do, and cut my corner, each of my corners with a big hole saw. And then it probably had to be like a 4 or 5 inch hole saw, and then just connect the lines with the saw. I have my hole saw. This one is 4 1/8, but it's not big enough. I need something way bigger. I'm gonna use it. You can use a jigsaw. You can use a router. There's a lot of different tools you can use to cut this. And I have those, just not here. So, anyway. Oh, let me go get my drill. Wish me luck. Though I'm sure by the time you see this video, this will all be done. I'm slightly frightened by this. Nothing a little sanding and urethane won't fix. So what happened was I broke my bit. Dirty dog. Look at that. Oh, there's my line that goes through here. I'm like right there. Oh boy. Okay. This is an undermount sink, so there's no room for error. AKA, I shouldn't be doing this. All right. I'm just gonna drill these out first, since I know where that's gonna be. So now I have these holes. Can't really see with that one, but with this one, hits right on the edge. So if I can bring the saw, it's gonna have just a little spot. I could hit that with a Sawzall or something. That I do have here. Again there. If the whole saw was bigger to hit that whole circle, it would have been nice, but just gotta make do with what you got with you, you know? All right, here comes the scary part. I'm going to try to cut with the circular saw. I think it's like a 1/2 inch reveal or something. All right, so now I just got to connect the dots. somehow. All right, we're back another day. Yesterday I saved y'all from the me having to finish cutting it out. Also, my camera died. It got too hot again. So where I left off, this countertop is flipped over right now, and so this is the bottom side of it. Yesterday I finished cutting all this out. I sanded it up. I might hit it one more time with the sander. I put the urethane on it. I did about 3 coats of it. It still feels a little bit rough, so I'm going to hit it with a little, I think I have a 400 grit. I'll hit it real fast. That shouldn't take off too much of the urethane. It should just hopefully smooth it out a little bit, take off the high points. So this corner, it was actually this corner when it's flipped over, and yeah, that was the one where the hole saw jumped off of it when the bit broke. I never got a chance to get that fixed without taking it further and further back. So I just had to stop there. You're gonna be able to see through it a little bit. Again, this is far from perfect. It's okay. Again, my advice, I don't know, maybe if I would have tried the square one first, but hell, I didn't realize that. I had to actually order this thing. They didn't have it in stock. They didn't have anything like it in stock in the store that I was looking. So I had to order it, and I knew nothing about curved or not. I didn't even think about that when I was ordering it. Yeah, hitting it with that paper, this sanding is, oh, that's better. That's squeezing way too hard to get that little bit out. This stuff it's not good, man. I think it's all squeezing out the back of the tube. Oh, shoot. Sure is. There's my silicone. I'm gonna count this as not good. Okay, I had to go run down the road and pick up some silicone because the last one was torn up and I couldn't find any more. So between that time, had a little rainstorm. If it sounds like I'm out of breath, I'm not. It's just the humidity is now a few thousand%, and air is heavy as heck. I still see my pencil marks. I'm just gonna come on over here and put some silicone. Gotta clamp it upside down. I'm gonna put this board across it like that, and it'll clamp in there. You'll see. I couldn't find the brackets to bolt on there, so I have to improvise. Yeah, I got these little 1¼ by ×8 screws. Good job, buddy. Going to double check they're not going to poke through, and they're not, but even so I'm putting washers on them, and the washer will kind of pinch down and hold it. Okay, I have no idea what I'm doing. This is the first time doing this. Oh, I hope it works out. So I'm just going to put some of these in here. This is the setup. It's just 3/8 flat washer, and then I have fender washers, and that's how they look, just like that. For my first time, I don't think it's too bad. It's not too good, but it's not too bad. This is the corner that I was telling you kind of got messed up, and as I was trying to fix it, it was just working it further and further back. So a little bit of overhang here, which I wanted. A little bit of overhang here. I mean, really, it's not too bad. It's not the best, but it's not too bad. It's definitely going to be functional. Try to make sure I have a good amount of silicone right here, and I'm going to put a little dab in there. A little tiny hole right there. that I don't want water to go into. We'll make sure that part's sealed up. There it goes. Next step is to get this corner put on. I got the Craig pocket hole jig set up on there. Have that set to 3/4, have this set to 3/4, and I'm gonna drill a hole.
That thing's pretty awesome. It's nice to have a little stop there. Even though I'm gonna put a block on that, so I really have to have that level.
So I didn't want to put everything together. Sorry, the entourage is here. Hi guys. So anyway, I just wanted to get some of this put together so I can kind of see, make sure the angle is all correct and everything. So I put these, I just cut a little piece of wood, clamped it, leveled it out, pre-drilled some holes, so I can countersink them. They're all level and flush. And then here, I put one screw in here. I'm gonna run it inside and fit it, make sure it works. As long as it's working, I'll go ahead and take it apart, throw some glue, put it on for good. All right, so I got it in and looks pretty good. Had to move the stove and fridge just a little bit to get it in there, but this is the gap I'm talking about. But I'm hoping some of it will close up as I put these pocket screws in, and then whatever doesn't, I am going to fill with some putty and then do a little sanding and try to fix that. But I really want to get this straight, because again, remember, this one is the one that bows a little bit. When I was mocking it up without the wood, I could definitely see a difference there, so it's not so bad now. I think it looks pretty good. There's some imperfections that I am noticing that I'm not going to talk about, that I do not like, but we're dealing with it for now. I'm liking it, I really am. So let me get these screws put in and get it back up here, and we'll get back at it. Got the counters together, been letting them dry for a few hours now. I got this one siliconed up, kind of got this stuff prepped over here, easier access right now. Also, this is a regular base cabinet, and this was a drawer. I couldn't have that, obviously, with the sink. I had to take this off, and what I did was I put some glue around it, and then I put this on there, taped it and clamped it. And here I put some silicone just to give it a little extra adherence. Should be good. I've been checking it. It seems to be pretty firm. Hopefully that stays on. I tried to shoot some nails through it with the little nail gun for the trim, but the nails I have are a little bit too long and they just poke out. Anyway, without further ado, let's get this countertop in here. Got this board. I ended up putting a block on this, clamping both ends to level it out. Put some extra pocket holes up here. I didn't have them up here, but I did. I have another one under here. Put those on and got that seam. It really helped pull that seam together. Very nice, at least from this end. I put this tape here just so that when I do putty, it's not gonna come through. That's the only reason I put that tape there. I'm gonna let you watch me struggle getting this thing inside now. I have not put silicone around the edge where this is going just yet, because I want to mock it up one more time and make sure it's good, and then take it back off and then put it back on again. So, you know, my favorite saying, the lazy man works the hardest. Sometimes the hardworking man works the hardest too. But as long as it gets done right, but what's right? Is right good enough? I don't know. That's a whole other discussion on another day when it's not so hot and all that. So I'm gonna put you right here so you can watch me struggle. That's what it looks like. I want to get this hooked up, and gosh, this is exciting. It's come a far, long way. But see the gap, I knew this is where my saw went off right here, but I mean, come on, it's my first time. It's okay. It's not bad. I'm happy with it. It's gonna be good. All right, let me pull it off and put some silicone on it. What are you doing? Hey, you can't come in here. No, you can't. The geese have been here with me. Look at that. You trying to come inside? What do you want? Are you guys gonna clean up this poop that you left here? Huh? Don't yell at me. I don't want that back talk. Come here. You come this far. Come on. What do you want? Hi. Hi, Goosey. Goosey. They must be hungry, but there's all this food around here. They found the secret stash, too. You guys are noisy. Yeah, you're biting me. Okay. My goodness. You know I'm trying to install my countertops, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm gonna close this door so you don't come in here. They're so cool. I like them. Okay. They're just checking on me. They're like dogs, you know, but they poop everywhere. Dogs can do that too, but you can train a dog. I don't know if you can train the geese. I'm sure you can. Whatever. I don't have time for that. Anyway, let's get this done. This is where I'm at with the countertops. Kind of transitioning to the next job on them, but this video is getting kind of long, so I got to make that into another video because it's going to be like an hour-long video. This one I had earlier, clamped it. The silicone was a little soft still, so I clamped it. Hopefully that'll work. Got all these clamped up. It looks pretty good. I was hoping, you know, where I said I wish I would have left this off and then been able to clamp it. This is not too bad, and I don't think anyone's gonna be coming under here and looking. I didn't seal this yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and get some stuff in there. Kind of getting excited and wanting to do the faucet here. So I'm gonna do that, put on another video. Please watch that and subscribe, like, all that kind of good stuff. And we'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot, bye.